How you doing, everyone? Welcome. VSR Phoenix Season 9, and it's a Porsche Cup season. So, yeah, going to be very dicey, I think. We all know what the Porsche Cup is. No traction control. I think sort of it's all right getting the odd 1 or 2 laps in quali, but a race is going to be another story. You've just got to massively concentrate, trying to make a mistake. It's not really about making a mistake. The car is very unstable, I think. It just, certain sectors, like the last sector, it can just bite you in the arse. So as I said, this is going to be interesting. Yes, we're qualified on pole. I will put the pole lap in now. So as you can see, we left it to the last minute, if I'm honest. We just kept dirtying the lap. We've done a 25.7 in practice, and we only managed a sort of 26 dead, which, yeah, managed to get us pole, which I'm happy about. But, yeah, as I said, we'll see. Right, I'll stop waffling on. I'll speed it up to the race start. Watching.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
That was dodgy. Having a car beside me, especially in these. Let's get the tyres up and let's just try and settle in. It's this sector that is a pain. Car gets very loose. Okay, so by this time we'd sort of cleared the danger area. We'd pulled a slight gap. So let's go and have a look at the actual race start itself. So coming down to the line, I was toying with the idea of which gear to start in, first or second. So the gearing being quite difficult in the Porsche. Now I hugged the inside, and fair play to Tommy, he manages to hang it around the outside. Maybe I was a bit tentative to start with, so he's still there, just had to be careful. No traction control after all, so any sort of stamp of the throttle and car would have went, but we managed to pretty much fend off the pressure from Tommy, and yeah, that was it really. Yeah, as I said, I don't know whether I was just a bit too conservative at the start. My tyres were close to being up to temperature. I'd done enough on the formation lap, but yeah, I just, maybe it was the sweep of the first corner, sweeping from the top sort of down. I just couldn't understand how well Tommy got away. He wasn't sort of getting away from the line, but just, like I said, yes, sweeping round me. And as I said, you've just got to be so careful with these, with no traction control. But so just getting a little bit out of shape there. But I did now start to push, and yeah, by the time I sort of get round the last corner, I could see that, yeah, I was out of danger. So then, as I said, by this stage we'd fended off the advances by second place Tommy, and we managed to sort of get away. It's where we needed to be. I didn't really want to be fighting in these. It's one thing keeping them on track with no traction control. It's another actually fighting wheel to wheel with another car that's got no traction control. One sort of wrong move or one slip of the throttle, it could be curtained. So as I said, that was it really. There wasn't really much. I started to pull a nice gap, so I'll fast forward onto the last lap. Just remember to save the replay as well.
Just started the final lap of the race is leaving. Bring it on.
I will try and bring it home. That's down in fifth. Okay. Take that. Right, here we go again. As you can see, I managed to bag pole this time. We did get into 25, 25.8, but there was definitely more on the table going on the lap times. Looking at the sectors, there's probably at least 2 or 3 temps on there. But yeah, just couldn't seem to hook it up again. But it is what it is. We're on pole, so I'll put the lap in now. Try and send it through these last couple of corners. No. last corner. And yeah, as always, I'll stop waffling on and I'll skip to the start of the race.
Green light. Go, go, go. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Don't even think about it. Why is it like, yeah, fair play to him, I tell you. Tommy did it as well. He's just super confident at the start. I'm like really, what's the word? Careful. Maybe a bit too careful. Yeah, they're like really on it at the start. I suppose, yeah, going out wide like you do on a normal lap, it's easier than taking it like I do, but I can't go out wide unless I absolutely skin him at the start. I can't seem to at the minute. Right, let's settle in, see if we can pull a gap again. Hopefully Tommy will do us a favour and put pressure on them. Because they were all about, were they? Oh, actually no, they were 4 tenths off. Took that wrong. Come on, concentrate. I've been a dickhead. Need to do is settle in like we did in the first race. It would be sorted, I reckon. Giving these guys a sniff, which we don't want to do. Get round this lap and start another. Start to put my foot down again without making a mistake this time. So again, bit touch and go there at the start, but yeah, we are now clear, and I will show you the race start again. So I'm going to be showing the actual full formation lap and the race start, just to show that I am human, I suppose, and I do make mistakes. So yeah, just keep an eye for the, well, massively obvious mistake that I make. In my defence, yeah, there's no traction control, and I think I just maybe lost sight of that a little bit, maybe got too comfortable, I think. So coming around here, like I said, we are controlling. Second place gets a little bit of a yeah, I wouldn't say tank slapper, but I think he was very lucky that he didn't actually hit the barrier. Going into the race start with damage, that would have just pretty much gave me the race, if I'm honest. So yeah, I'd seen that in my rear view mirror. I'm always sort of watching what's going on around me, as well as sort of getting my tyres up. So my sort of way, I didn't want to sort of crisscross the track or anything like that because of the 0 TC, with the threat of sort of losing control. So I was just, now you can just about see the brake lights are on, and I was just holding the brakes as well as the throttle just to heat up the brake pads, then to sort of transfer that heat into the tyres without, as I said, crisscrossing the track. You see somebody behind doing it. I just didn't want to, yeah, lose control. I didn't want to do anything stupid. Just wanted to get round the formation lap in a controlled manner. But I say that, and yeah, for some strange reason, I just I don't even know if I lit up the rears. I don't think I did, and I'm sure I was in second gear. And again, so lucky I didn't hit the barrier. We come close. I did actually think I was going to just touch the barrier, but we didn't. So, but yeah, being ACC with a formation lap, everyone is ghosted, which again, thank goodness. I think that would have been a bit of a nightmare trying to get through. So, danger averted, panic over. But as I said, yeah. I think you just, maybe, yeah, loss of concentration by me, or, well, yeah, it definitely was applying the throttle too quick. That's definitely what happened. And as I said, I do remember seeing sort of second place do it and thinking, okay, yeah, maybe he forgot, and then I go and do it. So, but here we go then, coming around the final corner. Again, I think I kept it in second gear this time. As the first race I tried first, then into second. I kept it in second gear this time. Just trying to keep it as far ahead without getting a drive through as possible, just to get that extra jump. So we're away. Again, hugging the inside, and again, second place. Different person this time, slight contact. Gets to run on me again. But yeah, this time I try and fend it off. This time he's ahead, as you can see. Tommy was beside me, but he just gets a bit of a wobble, and it gets me the chance, and I cut straight across him to fend off the position. Almost goes into the back of me there, and I think he just slightly loses control, which then again gives me the momentum to get going. He has a bit of a sniff. I mean, I'm looking in my rearview mirror. I'm trying to keep the car on track. I'm trying not to apply the throttle too quick. So much going on just to get away. I just wanted to get away, knowing that I probably would have the race pace I did in the first race. Obviously, the second race is different. I mean, it's a different. It was a different lineup on the grid. I think because people doing that 30-minute first race are then getting used to the car more, getting used to just being consistent around the track. So by this stage, I'd pulled a slight gap. And in my mind, it was, okay, we can now start to sort of control the race or pull away. If we can just gather a couple of tenths a lap, not be in the melee, not be in a position that somebody can lunge me, was my thinking. And as you can see, coming round on the start-finish straight, I've pulled a gap. I think it was close to a second. So I was happy, I was comfortable. So tyres by this stage now were up to temperature again. Just go slightly wide, but so does second, so he doesn't get the momentum. But yeah, coming around this corner, I take this pretty well and apply the throttle. But down here, I get it all wrong. I even think that I'm going to spin. The car just went loose. I touched the curb. Yeah, I did probably crap my pants a little bit, because in practice I've done that so many times where I hit the curb and it's spanned the car off. Lost control. So then we're back to sort of square one. We're back to second place being rather close to me, as well as you can see the pack. Tommy behind second place hunting him down. Cassie behind third place in the red Porsche as well. So I knew I had the pace, but I knew I had to just be consistent, not make these mistakes. So got through this section a lot better. And then, yeah, through this section, I just seemed a little bit quicker through the more technical sectors. So coming around the second from last corner, again, you can see then, yeah, pulled a gap. So I just knew I had to be consistent, be clean, and not make any mistakes. And, yeah, I had the legs on everyone else. And that was it then. Like I said, danger averted, managed to get away, pulled a slight gap on sort of the second lap after the mistake on the first. And yeah, again, that was it. A boring race really for me. I wouldn't say massively boring, because it is very difficult. Your concentration levels are so high in this car that, as I said, you don't make a mistake. If I'm honest, I felt the more laps I did, I start to sort of learn the characteristics of the car, the way it would go round the corners, the way it would handle, and it got a little bit more, what would be the word, you knew what it was going to do, but then on the the ever so odd occasion it would say not do what you'd want it to do. It would come and do something different. It would just kick out a little bit. So as I said, the concentrated levels were massive, but as I said, that was it. Again, a bit of a boring race really from the perspective of the viewer, but yeah, I will now fast forward to the last lap. Something definitely happened. Tommy done a 31. Oh, it's last lap as well. Looks like it's going to be between Fast and FR77 for the second place. Here it is. 2 for 2.
Excellent job, man. What a race. D1. Bring it back home safely.
Only to oh, what happened to Fast? Something's happened on the last lap. Pretty crazy. Let's get the replay. Right, guys. 2 for 2. I didn't see that coming. I thought it'd be me and Fast, because Fast showed good pace in practice over the week leading up to this, but it obviously didn't materialise, which is a shame. But I'll take a win, or 2 wins back to back. So yeah, we move on. Like I said, turn this into a video, get the video out. I don't know what day I'll get it out, and hopefully, like I said, I'll make a decision whether we run next week or go back to Mercedes VC. We'll see. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, I'll catch you on the next one.